our special guest for today, Bobby Eberle. He's a Republican strategist and chairman for the Fort Bend County Republican Party in Texas, just outside Houston. He's also the host of the 13-minute news hour. Why 13 minutes?
13 minutes, you got to pack it in, man. People are busy. People are busy, so that's all they have time for.
That's true. So, you know, you can see things shifting on all these things, right? I mean, Trump had said during the campaign, and he still says, you know, Russia would never have invaded Ukraine had I been president. A lot of these things wouldn't have happened, the October 7th attacks. But now, I mean, he's had to deal with them, and it's not as easy untangling all of this. But where do you see this? Do you think he's making a lot of progress now, and he's going to have to use the hammer on Putin?
I think he thought he'd have more progress up to now, right? And so there's this attitude that's developing, and you're seeing it in some of his rhetoric, his Truth Social posts. He's kind of had enough. And what he wants is real action, and real action from Putin's side. That's what he's demanding. I think this series of the tariffs and the sanctions, Colonel Mills brought up a good point about the enforcement, but there are a lot of companies that I know Russia would like to do business with again that were there, Coca-Cola and other major corporations that left because of this. They want them back. I think the President Trump, through the art of the deal, through this hammer, can get that done.
Well, it's gonna be important, and the sooner the better to get off that stuff, you know, from the plate, because there's a lot of domestic things he needs to deal with as well.
Exactly.
I know you're going to be with us the rest of the show. We got some good stuff coming up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here. Let's welcome back Bobby Eberle. So I get so angry when I read that story. I mean, here you have sovereign nations that, it's true, they did give up their rights stupidly. But now they see what's festered in their own countries, and they're not allowed to do anything about it. It's kind of like what happened here.
Exactly.
You know, we had our own government, our own president, opened up the gates, everyone came in, and now we're dealing with the consequences.
Absolutely. And I liked where you are going with this. I mean, these countries, you really have no one to blame but the leaders themselves. I mean, you have treaties, you have organizations, but if you give up your borders, are you really a country? I mean, you're giving it to this global elitist cabal. And you saw it in Sweden. You've seen stats in Switzerland and these other countries where they had like basically zero crime. And then it spiked and skyrocketed, and they're going through this phase of wondering what happened. Well, it's obvious. Now they're trying to fight back, and they realize, hey, we've just given our borders away. So they do need to fight back. They do need to mandate that, hey, a person from Denmark needs to be just like we do. You know, the whole thing that's happened in this country is we've stopped the assimilation, the great American melting pot, and let everybody be everything except American. And
in maybe a generation or two, the Danish are going to be looking around like, nobody has blonde hair. Everyone talks Arabic. We don't speak,
waving other flags.
Yeah, and that is part of the goal here by the left in this country. Anyway, Bobby, you will be with us for the rest of the show, and so don't go away. You got more of the 13 minutes we got to deal with.
That's right.
All right. I want to bring in our special guest again, Bobby Eberle, who's a Republican strategist and chairman for the Fort Bend County Republican Party in Texas, and, of course, also the host of the 13-minute news hour. You're a Rockets fan, I'm assuming, so my Knicks playing tonight. Hopefully they win that. But let's talk about what we were kind of talking about with Katie and Jason about this whole transgender thing. You know, when you hear anchors and supposedly serious people talk about, and doctors, which drives me crazy, you know, assigned at birth, like, you know, spin the wheel. Oh, you came up boy.
Exactly.
But the insanity, I think, is coming to a head now.
Yes. Yeah, and you have to thank the Riley Gaineses and all the parents and people that have stood up at school board meetings and in gyms and protesting to lay the foundation for where we are now. I mean, one of the things that just drives me crazy, I have to say, is Jason and other Democrats, when they talk about, oh, it only happens so often. Look, if the Democrats determine right and wrong based on a percentage, then have at it. We're going to win, because right and wrong is right and wrong, regardless of how many people it happens to. My daughter played competitive softball. And for one person in a locker room, one boy in a locker room or in a restroom, that affects the whole team, not just one other person. This is an issue that we are winning on, and it is one I'm passionate about. And thank goodness for all these people fighting back.
Real fast, Jasmine Crockett from your neck of the woods.
I know, right?
She's getting a lot of attention. I mean, she is far out there. but she's becoming a Democratic darling. I can only pray that she gets the nomination in 2028. But, I mean, she's crazy.
She is crazy, but the Democrats learn nothing from November. No. They are doubling down, and if it's the AOCs and Jasmine Crockett's of the world as their poster child, hey, that's more for us.
That's right. So, Bobby Eberle, you know, these are going to be real interesting cases to watch because they have obviously huge ramifications. But I mean, I don't know. Outside the Harvard alum, I'm not sure who's rooting for them.
Right. I don't think anyone is. Again, this is an 80-20 issue when it comes to these elite universities because the Democrats have embraced elitism. So nothing's more embodied or become the example is than these universities, Harvard and all of these. MIT had a protest yesterday. Someone's speaking out on unapproved speech. And so what we have here is Trump saying, hey, look, if you want the perks that come with these grants and everything, you have to follow the rules. And if you don't, we can. It's our money. You're not entitled to it. And as far as the student visas, Harvard can want as many foreign students as they have. It's the United States through the State Department that grants that.
Right.
And it is a national security concern, but it's their prerogative regardless. It lands and it goes to them and them alone. And that one is going to be interesting to follow. But, you know, we want these universities to be safe. We want everyone to feel welcome. But as far as protecting the rights of Americans to speak out, we should do it. But we have every right to set standards for foreign visitors and kick them out if we want.
That's right. It's not about who goes to Harvard. It's about who comes into the United States.
Exactly.
Period. Bobby, good to see you.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Enjoy it. All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.